Hi, I'm Beverly Fisher with Homestead 336 and KW Elite.
And I am Anna Perez with Keller Williams as well.
We're here to talk about hot tips for buyers and sellers. And our hot tip today, Anna, is what are we talking about?
So I have three most common questions that our sellers ask. And I think it's a great topic for us to discuss because we have so many people asking the same questions. So one of the questions, Beverly, first is, what do I do? What's the most important thing that I need to do when I put my home in the market?
The most important thing for you to do as a seller is to inspect your curb appeal, because if they don't like what they see when they drive up the driveway, they're not going to come into the house. That's the most important thing first. You've got about 7 seconds to catch their attention, and if they don't like it or they find it deficient, if they do make it into the house, they're going to detract that from the offer that they're going to give you.
Oh yes, absolutely. I have clients that as soon as they see the front yard, they are horrid for the overgrowth that is happening. So landscaping is dead, or things like that, where things are not being manicured.
Right.
Yeah.
And the big thing is that, this market is changing with the interest rates going up. Houses are sitting on the market longer anyway. Buyers are being more picky because if they're having to pay more for the house because of the interest rate, they're going to make sure they get what they want. I'd say from, 2022 through 2024, sellers didn't really have to do much because they were always getting multiple bids. They were getting over asking. Those days are gone right now.
That's right.
So
that's right. The other question is, do I need to renovate my home before I list it?
Not necessarily. A lot of buyers like the vintage charms of some of the older homes. So if you tried to renovate it, you may exclude a buyer. I would say every house is different. We need to go through each house. Let us walk through. If you're listing it or I'm listing it, we need to come see it. That's the big thing. Then we can tell you some things that we would recommend that would make it more sellable to more people. That's the whole point. This is getting on my nerves. The whole point is to make it something that 80% or more of the buyers would want to buy if they walked in the door.
Absolutely. And I think one of the sellers says that one of the most important things in regards to that is, let's get an inspector on board. Let's get your house inspected and see if there is any crucial things that we need to take care of on the front end before we put money into renovating. But definitely there are things that you can do to save money.
Correct.
You don't have to do a whole renovation or anything like that. So the other question, Beverly, is how can I make my house more attractive for buyers? Do I need to spend a fortune?
No, actually you don't need to spend a fortune. You can do small things like declutter spaces. You can change paint colors. I mean, that's probably the simplest way to brighten up a home, is to change a dark room paint color to a brighter room color. Something that's more neutral. That's what you're looking for. You can actually pressure wash sidewalks or decks that may be mildewy, things like that. Those are simple projects to do.
Absolutely. So yes, definitely. I think one of the first ones is improve the curb of appeal, because you want your buyer to actually drive into the driveway,
right,
park, and get to the front door. The
yes.
second will be cleaning. I have had clients that have walked into a house, and when they feel that block of smell pushing them out,
yes,
they just walk out, and the seller lost an opportunity to sell their home because of the smells.
That's especially important if you own pets, okay? Dogs are easy to clean up behind. Cats maybe not so much as dogs, but you need to make sure that if you have any rugs that are washable around the house, throw them in the washer, let's get them clean. Dog beds, if the covers are removable, get them off, put them in the washer, let's take care of that. Litter boxes, make sure those litter boxes are constantly checked daily, especially when you have your first open house, the first showing. Every day you're going to be making sure that litter box is empty before you leave the house that day. There's nothing you can do while you're there at work if you have a showing, but every single morning before you leave, that litter box needs to be maintained.
Absolutely. Another reason why houses sit on the market for a long time is because people do not declutter. definitely need to declutter, get rid of what's excess, what you don't need, what you have had sitting there for like a year or months and you're actually not using.
Right.
And so if
all your horizontal spaces, kitchen countertops,
absolutely,
dressers in the bedrooms, side tables in the living room that's collected, I don't know, mail that you forgot was even there. Another easy thing to do as a seller is if your closets are not as large as you would like for them to be, remove the season of clothing that you're not currently using and box it up. Put it in the garage. Put it in storage. Put it under a bed if it'll fit under the bed.
The attic.
Because that just makes the closet feel bigger. Your job is to make the home more livable for the future buyer.
Absolutely. And sometimes clutter can make spaces look too small. The same thing with large furniture. We had a house, beautiful house. They had this huge L-shaped sectional, and it was overpowering the living room, making the living room look so small. So you need to scale down your furniture, make sure that your furniture is clean and scaled down, that it is white and that there's no smells on the furniture too. That's very important. Touch up paint and do smaller repairs.
Something really simple that most people don't even think about, and I tell my sellers to do all the time. All of your ceiling fans, the globes from your light fixtures, especially if they're removable, take those things down, run them through the dishwasher, get the junk off of them, and you'd be surprised how much difference that just different bulbs make as far as brightening up a house. You don't have to spend a ton of money to make it feel bigger. Just better lighting makes it feel bigger.
That's right. Yeah, it makes lighting makes a big difference in a space. If the lights are not functioning, usually you will not be able to sell a house because they are not able to see how spacious the space is. Light makes things look bigger and spacious, or the actual size.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel gloomy. People are looking for places that make them feel happy. Daylight, sunshine typically makes them feel better.
Absolutely. So if you're about to paint your house, before putting it in the market, make sure that you consult with your real estate agent or an interior designer before doing that. I have had experiences where I have had an open house from another listing agent, and the house was painted the same color green throughout the whole house. It's better just to wait, talk to us about the colors you're going to use, because the house can be sitting in the market just because of that bad choice of color. So talk to us before you do that.
I love color. Turquoise, this light color of blue that's I call it Tiffany blue. My favorite color. I do have one accent wall in my bedroom, it's that color. But the rest of my house, the color's in the accents. It's not on the walls. And that's throw pillows and, the colors of bookbinders. You can even buy, books that you're not going to read if you're looking to create a vignette. Put some interesting looking books on a bookshelf,
accessories.
Yeah, different accessories, sheets, pillowcases, throw comforters if you want color on the couch. You don't want like a teal couch. I mean, I might, but most people won't. But if you're trying to sell your house, you'd be surprised how many people that throws off. I've had people walk into a house and comment on a seller's furniture, how they didn't really like the seller's furniture. And I have to remind them, it's not coming with the house, so don't worry about it.
We're not here for
but
that.
That's what they get caught up on, so just be aware of that.
It's like the elephant in the room.
Yes.
People are going to pick up on that caught their attention and was more massive.
It's distracting them from what they need to be paying attention to in your home, is what it's doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you need to list your home, please call us. Please contact us if you're ready to list your house. My name is Ana Perez, and I'm with Keller Williams again, 336-695-2606.
And Beverly Fisher with KW Elite. My phone number is 336-655-1812.
Thank you.
Have a great day.